Your Eminence, I salute you.
Lady de Sardet, what can I do for you?
I have come to inform you of the existence of a secret camp, created by the Inquisitors of the Ordo Luminis. From what we know, they abduct natives and take them there to torture them, and convert them by force. And those who refuse to renounce their faith, despite their suffering, are shot in cold blood.
What? Where did you hear such things?
From the natives themselves, Mother Cardinal. But surely Bishop Domitius will be able to tell us more about it.
This is nothing but a web of lies that those pagan natives invented to harm us, Your Eminence. There's nothing here that could...
Enough, Domitius! If the natives are complaining to the congregation about the exactions of the Inquisition, it is our duty to intervene.
In that case, we should act fast, Your Eminence. Because one of these native clans is getting ready for an assault. They managed to find the camp and are gathering their troops.
I implore you to dissuade them, Your Excellency. It is our duty to fix this situation. I wouldn't want the natives to think that we were letting them suffer without doing anything. Since you seem to know all the details of this matter, will you agree to lead my troops?
You want me to lead the offensive on this bastion of the Inquisition?
Yes. Of course, you would be leading a troop of guards, which I will immediately put at your disposal. Go to the barracks and show this mandate to the quartermaster. He will ensure that you are provided with the men you need. As for me, I pray the Enlightened will guide you in this terrible task. Domitius, if I find out you had anything to do with this, you will pay for it with your life.
Your Eminence, I assure you that this is probably nothing but the actions of a handful of fanatics.
If that is the case, then it would prove your incompetence rather than your guilt.
And what can I do for you?
Here. The Mother Cardinal gave me this mandate for you to supply me with some troops.
Everything looks perfectly in order. May I ask you what this is about?
Some members of the Ordo Luminis built a camp to convert the natives by force. Her Eminence wishes to put an end to what could lead to a war between Thélème and the natives.
I see. It was high time someone put an end to the dangerous zealousness of these Inquisitors. I will order the men I have here to assemble in the courtyard. Do not worry. I will send you my best. I just need to explain the mission to them, and they'll be on their way. And... Soldiers, the Mother Cardinal is sending you to fight under the orders of Her Excellency de Sardet. You will have to put an end to the crimes committed by the Inquisition in a nearby fort. I expect you to obey the orders of Her Excellency without question. For Thélème, for the Guard, fight with honor!
Comrades, pack your bags. We're leaving at once.
Fight with honor!
For the coin and the enlightened.
Here comes our pay, boys!
We're almost at the fort. Should we wait here until nightfall?
Yes, let's.
Our men are ready, Your Excellency. They're awaiting your orders.
Perfect. Our objective is located beyond this cliff. The Inquisitors are not expecting us. We have the element of surprise. Let's make good use of it.
Understood, Your Excellency. We'll be discreet.
Let's find a vantage point to get a better overview of this fort.
Here it is. The Mad Inquisitor's fort.
There's no turning back. I hope that you are all ready. Most of their troops seem to be outside, as if they sense we are coming. The prisoners are most likely inside, in some basement perhaps. And it seems as if there are some in the right wing as well.
Most of the fighting will take place outside. The priests are at a disadvantage in confined spaces.
We must strike quickly if we want to make good use of the element of surprise.
What are your orders, Your Excellency?
We're behind the camp where there are fewer guards. Getting inside will prove less troublesome from this side. We will conduct 2 near-simultaneous assaults. The first, larger group will attack from the front to cause chaos in the enemy ranks. As for me, my companions and I will get inside the building from the back and sneak into the basement. We will set as many prisoners free as we can and use the opportunity to search the building. Once you have eliminated the troops in the front of the building, focus on the right wing.
At your orders. Should we keep a few men here to catch any potential runners?
Indeed, an excellent suggestion. Are you ready for the assault?
We're ready, Your Excellency.
In that case, conduct the assault as soon as you are in position. I'm wounded by
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Let's hurry and reach the prisoners before the Inquisitors kill them all. We intervened quickly, thankfully. Let's find the keys to these cells. Locked. Wait here for now. We are still fighting outside.
To my help! And death to the others! energy. Drink a potion.
I think that was the last of the Inquisitors. The fort is safe now. We're done here. Let's lend a hand to our allies outside, as there are still some prisoners there. Prisoners have been dead for days. There's no one left to set free. Let's get out of here. How did the battle go for you?
Your plan was successful, Your Excellency. We won a resounding victory.
Congratulations. We were able to set the prisoners free. They were completely exhausted, but alive. I would like for you to escort them to the closest village.
At your command, Your Excellency.
Once this is done, you can return to your garrison. And do not worry. The Mother Cardinal will be informed of your valor in combat. Your Eminence, I salute you.
Lady de Sardet, what can I do for you?
We managed to dismantle the Ordo Luminis' camp, Your Eminence. And while we were there, we gathered proof of their exactions.
Domitius, you will have to answer for the actions of your order on this island.
Your Eminence, I assure you that...
Enough. There will be an investigation. I hope that I will not discover that you were involved in this matter. In any case, you will have to explain your inability to control your own men. But please continue, Your Excellency.
The Guard served you well, and bravely followed your orders.
They will be thanked and rewarded for it. But it is to you, Your Excellency, that I express my deepest gratitude. Without your intervention, Tierna as a whole would have appeared as a monster in the eyes of the islanders.
It was my pleasure, Mother Cardinal.
What do you seek?
I have come to tell you that we have taken care of the Inquisitors and set the camp's prisoners free.
You thought we weren't capable of fighting the Soul Lesser and of freeing our people?
That's not it. I thought it was my duty to inform the woman who represents Tierna here of the situation. She's the commander of the Soul Lesser, and she was furious when she heard about their actions. She made a point of punishing them herself, and of having your people set free as a token of good faith.
I understand. She's proven a respectable queen. And you have proven an ally. I thank you for your help on Almanawi. From now on, you have our gratitude and our trust. From this day forward, you are a Cadachtas of our clan. Anything more?
I need to be going.
Gwawalem seg.
This valley is vast. We should get to a vantage point if we want to find this expedition.
you!
Broken, soldat!
Over there. Tents. This must be the expedition's camp.
They do not look in very good condition. Let's have a closer look.
Signs of combat. They were attacked. By the look of the tents and the campfire, it dates back several days. It seems that they were taken prisoner. I don't see any bodies. No weapon leaves this sort of marking. Perhaps they're wielding magic.
Yes. It is the art of the Donegada. One of the Valley clans was here.
Would you know which one?
One who fights against the invasion of the peoples from your island. I can be sure of nothing more.
Why would they attack scholars? They are not warriors.
They come here as conquerors. This is enough. But they were not killed. Warriors would have been.
This looks like scientific equipment. This must be the Lost Expedition's campsite. This looks like the journal of a naturalist. There are sketches of flora and fauna. There is no doubt. We are definitely on the trail of the Lost Expedition. It seems that one of the team kept a distance from the others. Let's see what we can discover. A trail of blood. That cannot be good. Follow it.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
More blood. We are on the right path. Keep going. A corpse. The clothes cannot be mistaken. It is a scholar of the Bridge Alliance. From the looks of him, I would say he has been dead for days, as we already thought. This isn't the woman whose journal we found. There is still a chance that she remains alive.
This man traded his life for all the suffering of my people.
He was only a scholar, a sage, not a warrior on the battlefield.
Do you think my people see a difference when bridgemen steal our people from their beds? From who do you think all the clans hide dead children?
I have heard stories from the natives describing Bridger atrocities. If they are true, this violent attack, though tragic, would be justified.
I'll search the body. We might find something to help us understand. Here is the isolated camp mentioned in the journal. Everything is in order. but the inhabitants are no longer here. Its position would have allowed them to escape the attack.
It's like being in a crow's nest. The view we have over the valley is an ideal observation point.
It is a journal, that of a woman from the expedition, a certain Afra. She speaks of their research and relates here that she felt watched. She feared an attack was brewing. I believe she was right. The writing stops in mid-sentence.
Let's hope she's still alive, as well as her colleagues, or our mission will be a short one.
We must follow the tracks of the attack. They will surely lead us to the party of intrepid scholars.
This woman was right to fear the Donea Exregao. They must have followed this path coming from the swamp. This is where we should go if we want to find these lion scholars.
Look, those are islanders. They might be from the clan that attacked the Bridger camp.
That's possible. They look like trackers. But what are they tracking?
New prey, no doubt. Let's get closer. Renaixi!
We won't let you take us. We will not kneel down without a fight.
Wait. We have no desire to fight you. We only want to find the lion sages. They are not warriors, but their chief is ready to send an army of warriors to liberate them. If you help us bring them back, you will save your tribe from a costly battle in lives.
He speaks truly. Look, one of them is already eager to bring lion warriors back to us.
All we wanted was for them to tell us where our brothers are being kept.
What good is this if we must leave our camp behind? Very well. Stay away from the main entrance. Our guards will not welcome your arrival.
Pass around. There is a smaller entrance hidden there. The lions are kept in a home in ruins.
There must be a key somewhere to open the door, but I know not where it is kept.
Here to kill you.
Tell me then, what is your intended purpose?
We were sent to look for you.
Apologies, but allow me to express my doubts.
After this little swim, you could always try to pull the trigger.
Who sent you to find me?
We were not looking for you in particular, but the entire expedition. It was Governor Burham who asked us to find you. He is worried about you. You haven't been reporting.
You should have said that straight away. I must admit, I was hoping for a rescue. Of a different nature. Do you have a name?
Desardet. I'm from the congregation.
The new governor's cousin. Who wears an islander face. I've heard stories about you. And them?
Captain Vasco. though I realize I am quite far from the sea.
I am Siora, daughter of Bladnid. From the people that your own capture and torture.
I've never taken anyone. On the contrary, we had hoped to exchange our knowledge with your own. This is a rather odd group. I am Afra, a scholar from the Bridge Alliance. It is rather rare to find me rolling in the marshes. I study the fauna and flora of this isle. I should imagine you have many questions.
Have you made progress in your search for a cure?
We were studying some quite remarkable plants when we were attacked. The region is rife in unknown and novel species. Some seem incredibly promising. The local shamans know all these plants and they use them in their remedies. If only we had been able to converse with them rather than getting ourselves captured.
We saw the site where you were attacked. What exactly happened?
We were taken by surprise. One moment everything was calm, and the next a war party of natives fell upon us. I had an uneasy feeling and kept myself apart, but when I heard my fellow scholars shout, I rushed over. Most of my companions are incapable of defending themselves, and we didn't have guards to protect us. One of them tried to flee, or they brought him down. We decided to give ourselves up to avoid a massacre.
What has happened since the attack? How long have you been in these marshes?
We were taken prisoner and were brought to a village nearby. I was able to escape while the others were taken to a house that they use as a prison. I wanted to join the Bridge Alliance frontier post not far from here, but I wasn't able. So I doubled back to keep watch of the village from a distance. I have been hoping to find a way to free my companions, without any success so far.
Could you lead us to the village where your colleagues are being held prisoner?
Certainly. We are oh so very close, and I fully intend to participate in this rescue. I'm not one to sit around and twiddle thumbs.
This is where the natives took your colleagues?
Yes, it is here. These ruins are being used as a camp by the native raiders.
There are so many of them. Better to remain discreet.
I have spied on the camp and discovered where my colleagues are being held. They are being kept in the old walls of the main ruin. I would rather avoid unwarranted deaths. We should wait until nightfall and look around the camp to find a more discreet way to get inside.
Indeed, it would be wiser than trying to get in through the gate. A bit of poison on my blade.
Watch out! Grenade! I fled as they were about to lock my companions inside a cell. We're going to need a key.
Please, on Almanawi, let's try to avoid a fight.
locked.
Afra, is that you?
Come quickly. We don't have much time. Thank you for your help.
Do not thank me yet. We are still in a shipload of danger.
Find a way to get out of this valley without putting my companions in danger.
Mercy, you have defeated us. Spare us our lives.
If you spare them, they will only hunt us down until we are all dead.
No, you have our word. We have been bested. We will let you move on in peace.
How can we trust you? You attacked our camp when we were not even armed.
They are savages. They had us caged like beasts.
We only sought to learn where you have caged our people.
Spare their lives. I beg you. They were only fighting to save the lives of those that have disappeared.
Very well. Leave, and I hope you keep your word.
Thank you, Onol Manawi. I have spoken, and I will honor my words. Kwa awalam seg.
We are no longer in danger. Thank you for your help, Desade.
I must admit, the reasons for my being here are not entirely selfless. Your research to find a remedy against the Malachor could save many lives in our cities as well.
You speak like a true woman of science. Cut to the point. Then you'll be thrilled. Your heroic efforts to save us from those savages could help. We've made a discovery.
Is that right? In that case, we need to speak with Governor Burham immediately.
Very well. I'll accompany you.
Let's be off.
Lady de Sardet, and our expedition. I thank you sincerely for having brought them back, Your Excellency. You are a providential woman.
Please, sir. It was you who convinced me and my cousin of the capital importance of their research.
Research that has borne fruit, Your Excellency.
Truly? This is excellent news. You have found a plant with sufficient properties?
Not exactly. Know that during our captivity, an island woman visited the camp. The natives called her Tierna Cadachtas and treated her with utmost reverence. I heard them talk about a remedy, a universal remedy it seemed, that she had concocted.
How's that? Leamat radidnais yachtem?
Well, I grasp the basic of the local tongue, and I am certain to have heard the word yag. Remedy.
Surprising. But the Tierna Harh is very powerful and very wise. It is possible that she did craft such a remedy.
Questi, Renaxe. Do not take a step further.
We come in peace. My name is de Sardet. I am from the Congregation of Merchants. We would like to speak to your chief.
Foreigners like you bring nothing but pain and debt. The last who came here took away our prisoners.
I must admit to you that I am responsible. We had no choice but to free the sages. But I did all in my power to avoid bloodshed. I spared your warriors' lives when they were at our mercy.
They spoke of you. They say you keep the words you speak. Will you keep your peace?
I swear it.
Then you may enter. But we have an eye on you. Darren, our chief, will not be happy to see you. You will need to convince her you are worthy of trust.
Do it! What are you doing? Who let you pass?
Your men. We are here to parley with your chief.
Parley? With Renaxe? You truly believe that...
Leave this to me. I want to know what they have to say. I know you, Renaxe. It is you who freed the lion prisoners. You wounded none of my own. That required great skill. Speak. I will hear you.
We seek audience with the Tierna Cadachtas. We believe that she knows of a remedy for a sickness that kills thousands in our homeland. This disease and the quest for a cure pushes my people to come to your island and to invade it. But if we could finally heal the sickness, most of them would return to their country.
You say it is a sickness that drives you like a plague over our island? Like locusts?
It is the main reason. Our lands have become a sad cemetery filled with the bodies of our dead.
This sounds true. You walk with the shadow of death. But what you tell me pleases me. I prefer chasing you away with our blades. But we have already lost so many of our own. Does your word carry value for your people? Are you a respected chief?
I am the cousin of the governor of the congregation and his emissary. He hears me.
Then promise me what you say is true. That you will do all you can to leave when you have found your remedy.
That I promise you.
You will find the Tierna Cadachtas in the village of Harh, to the northeast of this camp. Now leave us. And do not betray your word.
Good day. I'm looking...
What are you doing here? You are in a hidden village, a sacred village. The Renaigse have no place here.
I seek audience with the Mistress of Wisdom, the Tierna Cadachtas. Do you know where I can find her?
The Tierna is in her home. She goes, she comes as her heart desires. Only her Voglendaig must know. And if I knew where she was, it's not me who is going to tell her, Renaigse. Go away, leave me alone now. I have much to do. The great hunt is coming.
You spoke about a great hunt. What is it?
A sacred ceremony, of course. How in your countries do you honor your lands and assure their abundance?
Well, it's a bit...
You Renaigse are very strange. It is no wonder that you come to our lands. If you do not honor the land with the great hunt, you must lack game to hunt. Each year, one of our own, our best hunter, dresses up as the Andrig. He becomes the White Andrig during an entire night and the others hunt him. If he escapes them, the game will be abundant and the gathering fruitful during the entire year. It is a very important celebration.
Please now. I wish her no harm. I just need to speak with her.
You speak well and say pretty things, but it is by your doings that you will be judged.
Then, in that case, tell me what I can do.
There is much to be done in this season. And Pedir, the great gatherer, has not returned from the woods.
Very well. Would you like me to go and get him?
That would be good.
Bortir to Mad Renaigse.
Good day. I seek the Mistress of Wisdom, the Tierna Cadachtas.
I have no idea what you want with her, but no one in the village will tell Renaigse where to find her.
I do not seek to harm her, only to speak with her.
I don't know where she is. Her Voglendaig might know, but I think he will tell you nothing. You are in one of the most sacred villages of our lands. The Renaigse are not welcome here, and we are busy making ready for the great hunt.
Maybe I could help you with something.
Help us? Why not, after all? It would speak well of your intentions. During the great hunt, we place bells on the path to keep the animals away. During the last hunt, there was a great storm, and the bells were badly damaged.
Would you like me to repair them?
That would be good. If not, we need to make new ones, and I am afraid we will not have the time.
Hello. Are you Pedir? People in the village are worried about you.
Esqueto, Arenaigse, that I know no more if I am what you say. In truth, I fear being dust, waiting to settle on the earth.
What has happened to you? Why such despair?
My eyes have clouded. I see no more, nothing at all. I was once the great gatherer.
But by the devils, why have they sent a blind man to gather herbs?
No one knows. I said nothing to them. I know my village so well that I do not need to see to wander through it. But I can no longer gather the herbs of the sacred dye. I know they are here in these woods, but I cannot find them.
Very well. Can you tell me which plants you need? If you are certain that they are somewhere in this patch of woods, It won't be difficult.
But how am I to guide you? The names we give to these plants are not the same as the names you give them.
Describe them to me. I think I'll find them.
One is a blue flower, the other a green mushroom, and the last ingredient is a blackberry.
Very well. Don't go anywhere. I will take care of it. I am back, Padilla.
Yes?
I found the herbs that you were looking for. Here.
Thank you. You're good for a Renaigse. I did not know your kind bore souls such as you. I may return to the village now.
I will tell them that you're on your way.
Thank you again. But I ask you, do not tell them what you have learned about me. I do not wish that they treat me like a broken cripple.
Goodbye, Padilla. Let's take a look at this chime. The base is damaged. The wooden tubes can no longer hit each other. We will need to craft a new base.
The shadow-faced warrior might be able to help. I saw him repair his armor the other night.
These chimes are once again in working order. Looking where it's been hung, it isn't surprising that these chimes are making no sound. They're far too low and can't catch the wind. Now, with the chimes in the proper place, they should sound like they are supposed to sound. The base of this bell is damaged. That's why it no longer makes a sound. I need to build a new one. These chimes are once again in working order. These chimes here are simply tangled, but I need to untangle them without breaking them. There. Everything is in order. It will chime whenever the wind blows upon the branches.
You are here again.
I must take my leave.
You are here again.
I found Padilla. He should be along shortly.
Whatever made him take so long? He is not a man to be bothered by the beasts.
Padilla has gone blind. His pride would not let him tell you, and he found himself in the woods unable to find the herbs.
Blind? But that's horrible. And he left without telling us. That old silly fool. We shall not let him leave the village again. He could have been wounded. Or eaten.
That old fool would probably have died from starvation under that tree without your intervention. You were right to speak about his affliction to that woman.
I thank you, Renaigse. Your acts are as beautiful as your words. You are welcome here. And I hope you find the Tierna Harh Cadachtas.
Well now, Renaigse. Were you able to repair our bells for the hunt?
Yes. They are all working now.
You are very surprising. But I should have known that as an Olmanawi, you would be different than the others. I now believe your words to be true when you say you desire no harm to our Tierna. You need to find her Voglendai. I will tell him that your intentions are heartfelt.
Good day. My name is Desade. Would you be the Voglendai of the Mistress of Wisdom?
Bir Tirtumad, Renaigse. Yes, I am among us. I have heard much talk about you from the people in the village. They like you. It is rare. We see few Renaigse here. And those who do come are quickly chased away.
Do you know where I might find the Mistress of Wisdom?
The Tierna Harh Cadachtas? I regret she is not here.
Do you know where she might be found?
You have earned the trust of the people here by helping Pedir and preparing the trail of the hunt. I suppose that I could tell you where to find her, but...
What's the matter? You seem troubled.
I am. I lost my sacred seal, and I fear the just anger of my wise mistress.
Perhaps I could help you, if you tell me a little more.
It is a sacred stone that my mistress asked me to study and meditate with. I had it with me when I was going to the river, but I was suddenly attacked. Of course, the animals left me alone in the end, but I dropped the seal in my flight. I would gladly go and look for it, but I am alone in the village, waiting for the Tierna Harh Cadachtas. And what with the preparations and the great hunt, I cannot leave at this time.
I see. I'm going to look near the river and see if I can find it.
Thank you, Renaigse. The Tierna Harh Cadachtas went into the sacred bosque. She goes often there to meditate.
And where could I find this bosque?
To the west of the village, into the heart of the woods. There is a passage between the rocks that gives access. Be wary. This is an untamed place where the animals are wild and numerous.
I must leave. Ongos?
What do you want, Renaigse?
I found your seal. It was indeed near the river.
My heart thanks you. You are a Renaigse like no other. The Tierna Harh Cadachtas would have been angry if I had lost it.
I must leave.
not welcome here in Nazi.
I regret troubling your rest. My name is Desardet. I'm a legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Mev, daughter of Morrigan, daughter of Cardwin. What is a legate? And what could she want from me?
I am an emissary, a representative of my nation. I have come to speak to you about a cure.
Of what cure do you speak? You do not show signs of sickness.
I am not. But on our continent, many people are dying from a terrible plague. We have named the sickness the Malachor, and none of our doctors have been able to heal anyone taken ill. We have heard talk from some of your people of a cure that is so powerful that it can heal almost anything. You would be...
Tierna Harh Cadachtas. Forgive this affront. Her face resembles ours, but she does not know our customs. But her intentions are pure. She truly seeks a remedy for her people.
And what is the Donegad of our people doing with these invaders? What do you seek in their company?
Understanding, Tierna. And to learn for the good of our people.
You truly think there is anything the Renaigse could teach of any value? They come here to rape our lands, as did those who came before them long ago.
This miraculous cure that we heard talk of, could you share the formula with us?
You are either completely crazed or foul liars. None of this makes sense.
But I...
Enough! I have lost enough time with your lies and your foolish thoughts. I do not know what you truly want from me, but I will not be used like some puppet.
To my help! And death to the others! To my help! Death to the others!
I'm wounded, I need help!
Things are about to get dicey!
These roots are so interwoven and taut that it's impossible to get through them. There is a residue. It looks as if something had been placed here. She passed through here, there's no doubt of it. But how was she able to get past these roots? This stone stele has something to do with the entry of the grotto. But how? This is obviously island magic. Some sort of ritual. The roots must open if one places the proper offering on the altar stone. I wonder if Ongos, the Voglendyke, will know how this works.
Were you able to meet the Tierna Cadachtas?
Yes, but to my grave disappointment, she fled before I could expose my arguments.
Yes, many strangers have tried to capture her many times. She must have decided you were one of them.
I am once again in need of your assistance. I must take the passage blocked by a door of roots.
You had the honor of speaking with my mistress. If she chose to follow the sacred passage, then it is that she had nothing more to say to you. Why would I share with you the understanding of the ritual that protects her?
I promise that I mean her no harm. I just need to expose as best I can the problem at hand. Her help is truly necessary. Thousands of lives are at stake.
Tell me more.
My people have fallen prey to a serious illness, which has almost certainly taken my own mother by now. If we do not quickly find a remedy, we shall all follow her to the grave. But the Tierna Cadachtas can help us. We are sure of that. She will know of a remedy able to heal this sickness that plagues us.
Your quest seems noble and with great respect for the life of all. You must feed the offering ward to enter into the passage and meet her once again.
I need to place a seed on the stone stele, don't I?
Yes, you must make this offering. I cannot tell you from which plant it is given, but there is a chance there are more in her dwelling. I will let you enter this one time, but treat her dwelling with respect, I ask you.
Thank you for your help.
Do not be so eager to thank me. The place you enter is ripe with dangers. As do all sacred places, it defends itself with the wild beasts that it fosters. This passage leads to a forest where the ancestors of the Tierna Cadachtas makes her home.
And why should I fear the ancestor?
Have stories of the Nadaig been shared with you? In your language, you would call them guardians.
Yes, I even encountered one. She was magnificent.
Then you know of what I speak.
I must leave. This looks like a collection of skulls from various animals. I wonder what purpose they serve.
These skulls symbolize the animals. Through some rituals, we greet them. We thank them for feeding and dressing us, so that the next hunting season, they will once again give us the weak amongst their herds.
All of this is extremely interesting, but alas, it won't help me open the root passage. This bark is covered with little symbols. It looks like some sort of writing, though I've been led to believe the natives have no written language.
The Donegada use these symbols amongst themselves, and only they understand their meaning. It is a secret and sacred language. I cannot reveal to you what the bark contains without breaking my bond.
Can you at least tell me if they speak of a passage? A seed?
No. I would have told you.
All of this is extremely interesting, but alas, it won't help me open the root passage. This plant looks familiar. I saw some not far from here. Unfortunately, it has lost its seeds. All these crushed plants and these powders. She must have been preparing a potion. It might be the miraculous remedy. To be so close and yet to have no idea what to do with all this. I don't see any seeds here. The only clue we have is this plant. Let's try to find some other flowers. It might be their seed that opens the passage. All these flowers. Perhaps this is where the Tierna Cadachtas finds the seed. These flowers are similar to those we found in the dwelling of the Tierna, and they bear seeds.
Those are the offering seeds we need to open the root passage. We should go try them.
We have what we need. Let's go back to the stone stele. And there.
Respectful. We are in a sacred passage, which is for initiation and meditation.
We did not come to defile this, and we do well to hurry. The Tierna Cadachtas has quite the head start.
To get dicey! Watch your armor! Be careful! Watch your armor! Be careful! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! Things are about to get dicey!
There's a chasm here. The Tierna Cadachtas is agile. She must have jumped over it.
I need a bit of practice.
Things are about to get done.
We're on the right track. There are some fresh prints here.
I hope that she did not hide in this forest. Finding her here would be quite troublesome.
It is an ancient and holy forest. A powerful place. There must be another here. We should be careful.
We didn't want this fight! Why? Why?
In order to capture and extract from her what we need. To examine her. Dissect her, if necessary. You have done us a great service, guiding us directly to her.
Are you saying that...
Even if the creature has concocted some remedial potion, it is not the song we came for, but the bird. She leads the sorcerers of this island. She knows how they transform, and from where their powers originate. Our scientists think that the remedy is there, in their pseudo-magic, and in their mutation. Thank you for bringing her to us, and ridding us of the monster.
Do you think I'm going to allow you to manipulate me?
I don't think anything. Apologies, Excellency. But you are going to die tragically from a stray bullet intended for the monster. Mercy, Your Excellency, I surrender.
How dare you ask for mercy after attempting an assassination? After revealing your conspiracy to me? You deserve nothing less than death.
I will not go down without a fight.
Tierna Harh? She is unconscious. We need to bring her back to her village. She needs to be tended to. We should leave right away. Is she going to survive?
Yes, she will heal. They were not shooting to kill her. And we are resistant, you know. The bond empowers us. It gives us the vigor of animals, the resilience of trees. It's undoubtedly for that reason that your alliance is so interested in us. Tierna Harh, she does not mean to harm you. Please, let me...
What do you want from me, Ranaikse?
We were manipulated by the Alliance. We had no idea that they sought to capture you. We believed their fable of a miraculous remedy. We killed the man that wounded you. He will hunt you no longer. And their governor will have explaining to do.
I suppose I should thank you for having pulled me from their claws and bringing me here. And to have crushed the life out of a few of these parasites. There is indeed a remedy. But I doubt that I can do anything against this sickness that you describe. I don't know it. And I don't see how I could create a remedy that would heal it.
Perhaps you could try? We are desperate.
This remedy was prepared for a precise purpose. To heal those who escaped the claws of the Alliance. These monsters capture the Sinol Menoi and torture them, bleed them, put things in their veins. Those that do escape are in such agony that our care and comfort are not enough to mend them. That's why I made this remedy. Not for your Malikor. My people have never fallen prey to such sickness.
How can you be so sure? Perhaps it's your tremendous resistance that protects you from the sickness.
Perhaps. Enon mil frictimen protects us all.
Enon mil frictimen?
God of 1,000 faces in your tongue. The one and many who protects us and our island. They and we are tied and bound, as they are tied and bound to you. Their generosity to our people is infinite, but the crimes of the Renaigse enrage it. After all, perhaps your Malikor is their vengeance.
This is strange. The two tracks that we followed have led us to the same name. Enon mil frictimen.
The god of 1,000 faces. But I don't believe he is the origin of your sick. He protects us. He watches over us.
That's right. We know that the congregation came to this island long ago. A lot longer than we first thought. The Malachor could be a consequence of that first attempt to colonize. A curse cast at that epoch, brought back by the first defeated colonists. After all, are they not the reason the first guardians of the native legends appeared? Whatever, one thing is certain. If there is something or someone on this island powerful enough to heal the Malachor, it is certainly him. We need to bring this news back to Constantine. Even if we don't have a remedy as of yet, he will be happy to know that we have made progress.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
I've explored many ruins on this island. Ruins that, after careful scrutiny, were built by the congregation. In one of them, we found a journal that made reference to your guild. This document, as are the buildings, date much further back than the arrival of the Bridge Alliance a decade ago. These discoveries raise a good many questions. Questions that my cousin would like you to answer.
I understand. All the same, we are in a difficult situation. We are bound by the Pact. I could eventually overlook these engagements if you would perform a service. Commander Fernando, who holds the port of San Mateus, has problems with certain members of Teleme. The bishop that accompanies you on occasion could without a doubt tell you more.
I won't hesitate to speak to him about it.
Solve these problems, and I will reconsider the validity of the Pact. I will answer your questions. Anything else?
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
What do you want from me, my daughter?
Lady Desarde, emissary of the congregation.
Ah! The congregation still has the uncanny gift of surprising us. I am Bishop Domitius. I represent the Ordo Luminous on the island. What can I do for you?
I believe you have a few problems with the Nauts who reside in the port.
We have problems with all matter of heretics, my daughter. And of course the pagan Nauts would be among them. They are very secretive, and have all sorts of strange rituals that they keep to themselves under cloak of mystery. The sorcery they employ to guide their ships is drawn from nature, just like the sorcery used by the natives. And to top it all off, and this is where it stings, we suspect them to be at the origin of the Malachor.
Whatever do you mean? How?
Have you ever once crossed paths with a Naut suffering from the Blood Plague? Why are they spared? The only logical reason is that they are at its origin, calling upon various cursed rituals. It's as simple as day. I am certain that we will find clues of their rituals and their pagan idols in their stockhouses in the port.
What a nest of absurdities.
What other reaction would you expect from those responsible for the curse that afflicts us?
Very well. Let's just agree that these rumors need to be verified.
Anything else?
My dear child, what can I do for you?
I had a meeting with Admiral Cabral concerning what we found in those ruins. She said she was bound by a pact that kept her from answering questions on the subject.
The Nauts are nothing more than mercenaries of the oceans. I suppose that she wants something in exchange.
Effectively. She told me that her men posted at San Mateus met with some problems, and she advised me to speak to you. Does that make sense?
I believe I see what the Admiral is speaking about. Or rather, who. A few of our zealous brothers are overcome by their faith. You already witnessed it for yourself at San Mateus. They look with a wary eye at all those who do not swear faith to Thélème, and refuse to express their faith openly. It is possible they have decided to target the Nauts. We will need to speak with those on Thélème lands. And of course, seek out the Bishop Domitius.
I will see you later, Father.
Take care, my child.
Hello, milady. You are from the congregation, are you not?
Indeed. De Sardet, your admiral has sent me here.
Pleasure. You may call me Fernando. I am the port commander here. What might I do for you?
Your admiral informed me that you've been having problems with a few citizens of Thélème. What more can you tell me?
Problems, huh? We're up to our necks and sinking with problems. Yeah, I even received threats to my own person. One of those high and mighty long robes dared walk upon my docks with talk of burning me at the stake. Burning me? Then two of my men up and disappeared. And I do not believe in coincidence. I wanted to ask for help from the Mother Cardinal, but she did not answer my requests for an audience. The games of politics are not my forte, and investigations even less so. Find my men. I implore you. More questions?
Thanks. I've got everything I need.
Fernando and the Admiral are close. When she was captain, he was her chief mate. She trusts him completely. That's why she put him in charge of the management of the port of San Mateus.
We should talk to some other sailors at the port. If some of their comrades have also disappeared, they may be able to give us some information. Good day. I am looking for several sailors. Some Nauts that disappeared a few days ago.
Sorry, that doesn't ring any bells. But I did hear talk like everyone else on the port, but that's all. You should ask the mage inquisitors who have taken up lodgings here of late. They must have certainly seen something. We see them everywhere, and they spend their time spying on all that moves, especially eyeing all that the Nauts are up to.
And what do these mage inquisitors look like?
They wear a very peculiar symbol.
We cannot question all the inquisitors roaming around the port, especially considering what we've learned from Domitius. They must be doing everything in their power to discover the Nauts' secrets. Good day. I'm looking for two men, Nauts, that went missing a few days ago. Do you know anything about them?
Why? As a matter of fact, I do. 3 or 4 days ago, I was at the tavern having a conversation with a sailor, a nice fellow. He was telling these stories. He was drinking hard. He went outside for a moment to... you can imagine. And well, he never came back. He wasn't that drunk to have passed out. If it were that, we would have found him. No. Something happened to him. That's a fact. But I would be at a loss to tell you what.
If one of the sailors disappeared as he came out of the tavern, that's where we should go. If we find inquisitors there, they'll certainly know more than the ones we see here. We're approaching the tavern.
If we want to eavesdrop on conversations, we should be discreet.
When are we going to act? Our men are twiddling their thumbs, and that's bad for their morale. Let's not even speak about the guards at the prison. Who likes having clandestine prisoners in their jails?
You are impatient. We haven't been able to get out of them what we need to hear, but it won't be long. Then we can act and launch the grand purification of the Nauts. While waiting, keep your men on a leash, especially those in the jails. If the Mother Cardinal learns that you are detaining Nauts in a cell in your barracks...
We'll be in muddy waters, but then you will too. No need to remind me.
They're gone.
I cannot believe that these lunatics dared capture some of my brothers to interrogate them. We must set them free from the Coin's jail as soon as possible. As for this talk of purification, it gives me shivers.
Good day, Desade. How can I help you?
I met the representative of the Ordo Luminis, and he spoke of his fears concerning the Nauts.
That hardly surprises me. That man is full of pride and arrogance, and sees evil wherever he gazes.
That bishop is not made of milk and kindness, but his questions are intriguing. He suspects you to be somehow responsible for the Malachor, because you never fall prey to it.
Responsible for the Malachor? And how?
Through your magic. Some sort of ritual. Do you use a magic very similar to that of the natives?
I have nothing more to say about it. Those are merely the fantasies of a lunatic. More questions?
Thanks. I've got everything I need. The commander will probably not tell us anything more about the Naught's secrets, but the documents at the Harbour Master's office may teach us something new, if we can stay discreet. This note speaks of a secret hangar. We should investigate, even though it's sure to be well guarded. That way, we'll know exactly what the Naughts are hiding from us.
I can assure you we're not hiding anything reprehensible. But if you absolutely want to check it out for yourself...
I've already seen this type of engine in my uncle's court. It's used to spy upon the stars.
These objects are called sextants. Looking at the heavens through them, we can determine and track precisely the course of our ships.
Nothing magic or impure therein. They are nothing but measuring instruments. These machines are extremely complex. I've never seen anything like this. This one looks like it has a shouting dolphin etched into its side.
I wouldn't begin to know how this one works. It's a new model, invented recently. It's designed to measure the depths of the oceans. It's extremely useful.
And that? It looks like a thermometer. And this other machine? Does it really predict the weather?
The second instrument is a barometer, and it does indeed predict where the weather is going to be. Nothing magic in it either, I can tell you that.
These instruments are incredible, and I would be hard-pressed to use them. But I certainly see nothing magic in here. Nor anything diabolical. For as long as they work and are really used, these instruments seem to be the product of science. And I have definitely found nothing related to the Malachor, nor a secret sect or cult. This Domitius has let his imagination and the taste of Naught's secrets get the better of him.
I don't think you realize the importance of what you have just seen. These instruments allow us to dominate the oceans and discover new worlds. Keeping this secret has enabled us to remain the only ones capable of navigating the high seas.
Everyone just thinks you use a magic of your own.
We were the ones that spread that rumor. It harms our reputation, but protects us from competition.
And this story about the Malachor?
I have no way to explain why we don't catch it, but we're not responsible for it. I truly hope you'll reveal nothing of what you've discovered in this place.
The Ordo Luminis was completely wrong. We must find these missing Naughts.
Halt! You have no authority to go any further.
And if I gave you this so that you might go and have a little fun?
In that case, I could certainly look the other way for a while. But be discreet.
Locked. Thank you. Thank you for getting us out of there.
Those Inquisitors are completely mad. They tortured us. They wanted us to admit to all manner of horrors. Stories of some demonic cult and curses of Malachor. I was of the firm belief that they were going to kill us. But you must make haste. They are planning some sort of wickedness.
They spoke of a great purification. And after that, they did this to us. It doesn't bode well. Not at all. I heard them talking about their headquarters near the palace. Maybe you'll learn something there of interest. Thank you again for freeing us. We'll be able to make it back to port on our own.
We need to discover what is behind this talk of purification, before they can execute their plan. Taking into consideration what we learned in the warehouse, it will not be difficult to convince the Mother Cardinal to intervene.
Bit of poison on my blade. Let's see if we can ward off this feint.
We must meet with the Mother Cardinal urgently. Only she can put an end to this madness.
Yes?
I would like to have an audience with the Mother Cardinal to discuss the discoveries made during our investigation.
What is this about, Domitius?
Well, I don't rightly know.
You see, Eminence, Bishop Domitius has brought to my ears his order's accusations concerning the Nauts. According to him, they practice a religion close to those of the natives, and use a nature-drawn magic. They would also be implicated, therefore, in the appearance of the Malachor.
That is an extremely serious accusation.
Effectively, considering the accusation is founded on no proof, other than the Nauts' tradition of secrecy. But these suspicions have pushed the Order to extreme actions, risking the fragile peace of the island. The Ordo Luminis captured several Nauts, locked them in jails rented to them by the Coin Guard. They were tortured with the singular goal of forcing them to admit heresy. They obtained nothing. If I had not intervened, these men would be dead.
Is this true, Domitius?
Some of our brothers undoubtedly misinterpreted the evil. I would have never allowed such a plan.
These Nauts are now united with their captain, and I am certain they would be most eager to bear testimony. I got wind of a ridiculous scheme planned for the port by the Ordo Luminis, and I wanted to clear it up. I was able to get my hand on documents that effectively detailed an attack, a great purification. They were signed by you, Father, and included a contract where you enlisted the assistance of the Coin Guard to attack every Naut building and imprison every one of their men that could be taken alive.
Domitius, how could you? Whatever did you want to accomplish?
The Nauts are not believers. We should not be dependent on heretics.
Have you gone completely mad, Domitius? We are on an island. How could we not be dependent on the Nauts? I want them arrested. Him and every member of his order. I will decide at a later time their fate. I thank you for bringing this business to my attention. Going after the Nauts. What madness. Without you, this city would now be drowning in chaos. Carry my best wishes to your cousin. His desire to maintain the peace on the island honors his house's reputation.
I will tell him, Your Eminence. Until we meet again.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
I've settled the problem in San Mateus. Several of your men were imprisoned by the Ordo Luminis. The misguided brothers planned to attack the port. I had them arrested. They should no longer be a threat to you. The Order thought you to be heretics because of your tradition of secrecy.
The secrets. They often cut both ways. Therefore, I'm going to reveal to you another. We discovered this island nearly 2 centuries ago. A few decades later, we sold the discovery to your nation of merchants. Then, our closest allies. We transported some lords, men and merchandise. They began to colonize the island. The lords revealed themselves to possess a tyrannical nature and began to exploit the lands with a deadly passion. Their actions provoked a revolt of the natives, but also the very workers and craftsmen they had brought with them. The magic of the natives of Tierna was awoken. Beasts came out of the woods and destroyed the new cities. Only a handful of lords and armed men were able to make it back to our ships. The losses were enormous. The humiliation. Devastating. Your princes paid us well to keep their secret. They continued to make the occasional expedition. You are, in fact, a product of one of them.
What are you saying?
You must have had your doubts. You are the child of a native. You were born on one of our ships.
The child of an islander? But I know who my mother is, and...
I understand how difficult this is to hear. And I wouldn't know why your family has kept this from you all this time. In the end, we decided to sell the secret location of the island to other nations. The congregation, in spite of its fears, could not keep away. And here you are again. I am sorry for the shock I have caused you. You asked me for the truth, and now you have it. Anything else?
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral. I can't believe it. That for all this time, I've been fed lies. Did Constantine know? I must go see him.
I understand you may be sad because you were lied to. But do not be sad about You'll find all you... We are a proud people. And I am glad
Come
to
closer,
know that
good
you are
people.
one of us.
Cousin, you couldn't pick a better time. I've been taken with jitters, like a cat on a midday roof.
What are you waiting for with such anticipation?
I took your advice, you see. I've summoned one of these crows! He has been examining me for nearly an hour. I just barely escaped a purge. But I was given the mandatory bleeding. I so hate their little knives.
And so then, our venerable doctor, what is the verdict? The blood is black. Constantine, is this your blood? Constantine, answer me! Constantine, stay with me! Constantine! There is a chance he is in error. It might be something else.
I'm going to die.
No. No, Constantine.
I will die, like your mother. And the others on the continent. I'm dying. I don't want to die. I don't. Not so soon. It's so good. Cousin, I don't want...
Constantine, I am here. Pull yourself together. Out. Everyone out. It's an order.
Thank you, cousin.
There now. Are you better?
I don't know. You won't leave me, will you?
I'm going to find a cure, I promise you.
Didn't you promise the same thing to your mother? You know I'll be dead before you find one.
Don't say that. I will succeed. I've already some promising trails to explore.
I don't know, cousin. The tidings are so awfully dire. I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. I doubt the reason for your visit was to console me in my tragedy. Tell me, what brings you here?
It can wait. It's nothing that cannot be dealt with later.
But please, whatever it is, it will take my mind elsewhere.
I was able to get the whole story out of the Admiral in exchange for a service. As our investigation was leading us to imagine, the congregation did once attempt to colonize the island. The Nauts discovered it some 2 centuries ago and brought our people here a few decades later. But the enterprise to colonize the island failed completely. There were a great many bloody battles. Few colonists survived. The princes preferred to hide their defeat and paid the Nauts to keep the secret.
That they hid the fiasco from the world, I get. But that my father said nothing about it to me.
That's not the most shocking part of the story. Believe me.
What do you mean?
The congregation continued to make expeditions to the island with the help of the Nauts. According to the Admiral, my mother was captured from here during one of them. I was born on one of their ships.
What? But... that means you are not...
your fair cousin. No. All the lies that we've been fed since our tender childhood. The fable told I am the spitting image of my dead father, lost during an expedition. I don't know what to think, Constantine. Why did they do that to me?
I don't know. It's another one of their sly and dark orchestrations. Some vile intrigue. If it is of some comfort, no matter the true story, you will always be my fair cousin. You have always been the only one to care for me. You are my only friend. That's all that matters to me. Keep this discovery between us. No one needs to know. My aunt adopted you after all. Bring in the others. Let us speak of different concerns. That's enough bad news for one day.